In previous episodes, we knew that Ming Fei was an S-rank student, but he still didn't know how to unleash his potential, so he always ran away in every fight. A group of intruders break into the academy, and a mysterious man awakens the dragon. Currently, Ming Fei, Lu Jie, and Finger are trying to run away from the dragon by diving into the water. But Ming Fei is teleported by the dragon to a strange space. He thinks that this is a prank of Lu Mingze, a boy who always follows him. He runs around and sees a boy in white. The boy calls Ming Fei brother. Ming Fei has a feeling of familiarity with its boy. Suddenly, a tomb appears, and he notices that it is very similar to the Bronze City. At this time, Ming Fei realizes that this boy is the dragon that appeared at the academy. Mingze appears and says, "What are you doing to rob someone's brother?" Mingze then brings him back to reality. Ming Fei calls Finger and Lu Jie, but they are not here. While Ming Fei is still panicking, the principal comes to find him. Although this is the first time the principal meets Ming Fei, he knows Ming Fei very well. He takes Ming Fei to another high place. All combatants in the academy all converge below. The dragon has been trapped. He shows Ming Fei Sage's Stone. It is one of the few weapons that can kill the Dragon King. The principal says that he will take care of breaking the dragon's defenses, and then Ming Fei will use this bullet to shoot at the dragon. Ming Fei wants to know why the principal chose him. The principal says that Ming Fei is the only one unaffected by this time-slowing magic. Then the principal goes to the dragon's place. At this moment, Luo Jie and Finger are blaming each other for running away and leaving Ming Fei at the swimming pool. Luo Jie hears the dragon's call again. The boy has now completely lost control and turned into a dragon. Everyone in the academy panics when they see it. The principal steps out to reassure everyone and tells them to step back. From now on, he will deal with it. He starts using spirit language to slow down time. All movement is slowed down. The principal uses a knife to open the dragon's eye. He then signals Ming Fei to shoot the dragon's eye. When the dragon is hit, its protective barrier is destroyed. The principal orders all students to use live ammunition to shoot it. Luo Jie is running away when the dragon chases after him, but it seems the dragon is trying to protect him from the bullets. It stares at Luo Jie and calls him brother. Luo Jie is scared and keeps running away. The dragon is annihilated and gradually disappears. Luo Jie continues to run, and memories from his previous life appear in his mind. It turns out that Luo Jie is also a reincarnated dragon, and that the white dragon is his younger brother from his previous life. Luo Jie has remembered everything. He is the Dragon King, Norton. Turns out the principal already knew Luo Jie is the dragon Norton, and the mysterious man who awakened a white dragon was also the principal. He plans to kill Luo Jie's younger brother to awaken Luo Jie's memories, because the Dragon King will split half of its power so that it can be reborn after death. The only way to kill the Dragon King completely is to kill him when he has fully awakened. That's why the principal deliberately angered Luo Jie. The next morning, the principal summons the student council for the mission to destroy the tomb of the Dragon King, Norton, where Aki and Ye Sheng died in the last mission. The principal forces Caesar to take Ming Fei with him on this mission. Ming Fei doesn't want to join this dangerous mission, but upon hearing the sarcastic words from Caesar, Ming Fei decides to join the mission. In the days that follow, Ming Fei trains under the guidance of everyone. By this time, Luo Jie has completely remembered his lost memories and summoned a dragon. He wants it to return to the tomb with him, where he hid half of its power. At the academy, everyone is also preparing to go to the tomb of Dragon King Norton. Their mission this time is to put bombs on the tomb to destroy it. Ming Fei and Mo Tong are on Team A, Caesar and Zero are on Team B. Tonight, Team A will go to the center of the tomb to plant the bombs. Team A then starts to move towards the gate of the tomb. Ming Fei uses blood to open the door. The door is opened and the two are sucked inside. Mo Tong feels strange because there is air here. Norma says that the owner of the tomb has returned and restarted the function of this tomb. That means Norton is around here, so the percentage of danger is very high. Ming Fei and Mo Tong continue to move towards the center of the tomb. When they reach a dead end, Ming Fei thinks that just planting a bomb here will complete the mission, but Mo Tong immediately kicks Ming Fei down below. She says that this is not the center of the tomb, because the Dragon King would not live in such an easily visible place. When they reach the bottom, Ming-Fei is scared because there are a lot of human bones here. Mo-Tong uses Ming-Fei's blood to open a door beneath their feet. The door opens and they are again sucked inside. Then they see the beautiful view of this place and go around to check things out. Then they discover a small house here. Mo-Tong finds the lifelines broken and thinks she can find them again when she goes back above. Thanks to her ability to see the past, Mo-Tong is certain that this is the central area of the tomb. She decides to plant bombs here. They then quickly leave the place and go back above. But when they arrive, they don't see the lifelines here. They try to return to the place where they were, and see that the tomb is beginning to shake. In other words, it's collapsing. Ming-Fei thinks that this situation is very similar to Aki and Ye Sheng before, so he thinks the exit is below. They dive below and discover a door. Caesar on the airship is very worried about them, and wants to look for them. But Professor Mans disagrees. After opening the door, Ming-Fei and Mo-Tong are moving quickly forward. Mo-Tong says that it is a dead end here, and can't connect to Norma to open the map. Hearing the word map, Ming-Fei remembers Lu Mingze's words that Lu Mingze had unlocked Ming-Fei's map skill. Suddenly, Ming-Fei hears Finger's voice calling to him. Ming-Fei asks Finger to help him check the map of the Bronze City. Finger then says that around Ming-Fei currently there are many exits, but the best exit is on the left-hand side, and it will disappear in a few minutes. Ming-Fei and Mo-Tong follow Finger's instructions and arrive at a place filled with giant gears. At the airship, the water temperature below is rising. It is now 50 degrees Celsius. Zero thinks that the Dragon King has started to act. Caesar wants to consult Professor Mans, but Mans is completely immobile due to the excessive use of his strength. Caesar announces that he himself will be the temporary captain of this airship. At Caesar's orders, the weapons squad prepared the alchemical warheads. Suddenly, the airship is attacked by the dragon, which Norton summoned. Caesar orders the boy to use all his energy to run forward. The dragon chases after them. Zero and Caesar see the Dragon King Norton standing in front of them and stare at the airship. Norton jumps down and the dragon runs to Norton's place. Norton beats the dragon, making everyone surprised. But what Norton just did was merge with the dragon. In a nearby place, Mai is observing the situation. She is ordered to protect Ming-Fei. She holds the sage's bullet in her hand and prepares to act. At this moment, Ming-Fei and Mo-Tong are trying to move down because Finger is sure that there's an exit there. On the way, Mo-Tong sees Ye Sheng's body. Ye Sheng was holding a box before he died. Mo-Tong is sure it's a very important thing. She takes the box and continues moving. The huge stone wall begins to descend. They have reached the door below, but the blood from Ming-Fei's finger has run out. As the wall approaches them, Mo-Tong tries to push it. Because of the panic, Ming-Fei drops the knife. With no other choice, he has to take off his wetsuit to get blood. After opening the door, Ming-Fei loses his consciousness due to the great pressure of the water here. Then Ming-Fei wakes up and is slapped by Mo-Tong. Because Ming-Fei's wetsuit is broken, he needs to use Mo-Tong's oxygen. Mo-Tong will give Ming-Fei her wetsuit because she has been trained to withstand the pressure of water. Above now, the airship drops a diving bell. It seems the airship is being severely damaged by Norton's attacks. Suddenly, Zhu Zhihang arrives by helicopter and says he will assist Caesar's team to defeat the Dragon King. Ming-Fei then puts on Mo-Tong's wetsuit. Mo-Tong gestures for Ming-Fei to swim to the rift, where there's an exit. The cave begins to collapse and there is poison gas. Ming-Fei begins to feel worried for Mo-Tong. Above, Caesar's team is trying to escape the Dragon King. Zero says that there are currently only 3 alchemy bombs left on the airship. Caesar asks to put spirit language on the warheads. Thanks to that, the water will not reduce the speed of the warhead. However, the downside of placing spirit language on the warhead is that the target must be in a direct position. To do that, they need to get close to the Dragon King, within 100 meters. Caesar steps outside the deck. He releases a killing intent that makes Norton feel dangerous. Zero goes to the armory to make preparations. Caesar activates his spirit language and sends the Dragon King into a dark space. He then attacks Norton, but to no avail. Caesar tries to buy time for Zero. Caesar orders the airship to approach Norton at the fastest speed. Norton orders the dragon to dive, but this is already in Caesar's plan. Caesar withdraws its powers. Zhu Zhihang is directly above Norton. He attacks Norton with a fireball. Norton is forced to attack back. The two fireballs collide, creating a huge explosion. Caesar orders Zero to fire the alchemy warheads. Norton is hit by an alchemy warhead and is blown away. Then he slowly sinks to the bottom of the sea. After the explosion just now, Zhu Zhihang injures half of his body, while Caesar is bleeding from his ears, and Zero is slightly injured. After that, Caesar gradually becomes more sympathetic to Zero. Below, Motong and Mingfei see the location of the diving bell. Motong confirms the information with the diving bell to open the door. She lets Mingfei inside, but when Motong moves inside, she is pierced by the dragon's tail. Before she loses consciousness, she helps Mingfei close the door. Mingfei is now shaking with fear, and memories of Motong appear in his mind. He is in pain and screaming. Suddenly, he is transported to Lu Mingze's space. Lu Mingze says that Motong will really die in a few minutes. Only Mingfei is left to face the dragon. Lu Mingze says that he will help save Motong and defeat Norton on one condition. It is to make a contract with the devil. Turns out, Lu Mingze is not a dragon, he is a demon. Lu Mingze will help Mingfei fulfill 4 wishes. But then, Mingfei's soul will belong to Lu Mingze. Mingfei immediately agrees to make a contract, surprising Mingze, because after thousands of years have passed, Mingfei has reincarnated many times, but still does not agree to make a contract with him. But now, Mingfei has agreed for a girl. They began to make the contract. Lu Mingze unlocks all of Mingfei's skills: infinite magic, speech spirit band, and a special skill called Don't Die. Before Mingze brings Mingfei back to the real world, he gives Mingfei another skill: magic copy. When Mingfei wakes up, he immediately copies Caesar's skill. He takes off his helmet and moves to Motong's place. He puts on her helmet and starts using infinite magic in conjunction with the Don't Die skill. He crushes the thorny tail of the dragon with his hand and heals Motong's wounds. He ties the rope around Motong's body and signals everyone to pull. Caesar hears that Motong and Mingfei are still alive, which makes him very happy, and he tells everyone to prepare first aid supplies. After Motong is safe, it's time for Mingfei to show off. Mingze asks Mingfei to open the box that Ye Sheng found. That box contains the 7 most powerful alchemy weapons, including pride, jealousy, anger, laziness, greed, gourmand, and lust. The 7 deadly sins. The Dragon King Norton is the monarch of wrath. Mingze advises Mingfei to use jealousy to fight Norton. Dragon King Norton prepares to activate spirit language, but Mingfei activates speech spirit band skill, causing Norton's skill to be disabled. The angry Norton rushes to attack Mingfei. Mingfei snaps his fingers to activate the weapon inside the box. Inside there are 7 deadly sins. However, Mingfei can only summon pride, lust, and greed. Mingze thinks these are enough to take down Norton. With just 1 slash, Norton is knocked far away. Greed has awakened and transformed into the 2nd form. Norton continues to attack Mingfei. Mingfei cuts off part of the dragon's mouth. However, because he is in the water, Mingfei has no foothold, making the slashing force weak. Mingze uses the infinity barrier to turn everything around Mingfei into a foothold. The fight between them has become fairer. The confrontation between the two creates many explosions inside the water that scares everyone above. Then Norton runs away. Mingze says that the longer he stays in the water, the weaker Mingfei's power will be. Mingfei needs to quickly end this battle. He uses Caesar's skill to search for Norton's location. Norton's location has been determined. Mingfei immediately rushes to attack Norton with all he has, but when he is about to finish Norton, he realizes Norton is Luo Jie, so he hesitates. Norton takes his opportunity to strangle Mingfei. Mingze says that Mingfei is too soft-hearted, so Mingze helps Mingfei kill Luo Jie. Luo Jie's body gradually turns to stone. Mingfei repeatedly apologized to Luo Jie and remembered the two's happy memories. On the airship, Motong wakes up in everyone's joy. Then Zero finds Mingfei and asks if he can continue swimming. Surprisingly, Dragon King Norton is still alive and running away. Mai discovers Norton's location. She finishes him off with a sage's bullet. This time, the Dragon King Norton is really dead. After returning to the academy, Ming-Fei gets maximum marks in practice for participating in the quest to slay the Dragon King. More surprisingly, Caesar, Zhu Zihang, and Mo Tong all move to the dormitory where Ming-Fei is staying. Mo Tong comes to give Ming-Fei a chocolate candy because today is White Valentine's Day, and the two have a very pleasant conversation. That's the end of this anime recap and also this amazing Chinese series. After 16 episodes, we reached the quote-unquote conclusion. The animation was still stellar throughout, but the story could be better. I think this is not the end of Ming-Fei, and maybe we will see him return sometime in the future. And when that time comes, I will be there to recap it right away. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and series. Give it a thumbs up if you did, subscribe for more anime recaps, and don't forget to ring that bell to be notified of new videos. See you all next time.